Hey, I just want to do a quick video on flashing your firmware for if you're using a Dactyl Maniform with QMK and if you have Leech Cs as your microcontrollers, because all the documentation I could find was for Pro micros and not Leech Cs, and there's a slight difference. So first thing you want to do is make sure you have the QMK firmware downloaded. If you don't know how to do that, you can just go to their GitHub. I'll have this linked in the description. You want to click on this little code button, and you can download the zip file, download the zip, and unzip it. But I like to use Git, so you just hit this little copy button, or just copy this URL somehow. Or you can even copy it up here. Then go to any file on your computer, type git clone, and then that's my command for later, the URL from earlier, and then that should download all the code that you need. You should have a file on your computer with all this stuff downloaded. You probably shouldn't have these downloaded, because that's other stuff I was playing with. Then once you have that downloaded, you also want to make sure that you have the QMK tools installed. If you're on Arch Linux, which is what I'm using, you can. It's on the AUR, so I just do paru -s, and I'm just going to search real quick for QMK. Does a quick search. I just downloaded this just plain QMK. Yeah, you can also use pip from Python. That should also download the tools that you need if you rather prefer pip. And if you're on some other package manager, there's other ways to download it. But I'm on Arch, so I'm showing you the Arch way. So make sure you have that downloaded, and then you want to start configuring your firmware. I'm on a Dactyl Maniform, so I'll go to this directory here. So there'll be a directory: keyboards, hand-wired, Dactyl Maniform, and then there's a whole bunch of different Dactyl Maniforms. I have a 5x6 Dactyl Maniform. If you have a different one, then you want to go to that one, because otherwise it won't work. So go there, and then in this directory, there's a couple of files. We need to make a quick change to this rules.mk, and that is adding this line here. I have absolutely no idea what this means, but I added it, and everything started working properly, because I tried to put a keybind to get the Leech Cs into, I don't know, like boot mode or something, so I don't have to hit the little button on them. To basically, I was having issues resetting them, and this line fixed that. I think by default it's this line, but that doesn't work properly. You also might have to change some stuff here depending on what you want. Then once you have that enabled, you want to go to keymaps. And in keymaps, there's a whole bunch of keymaps. What I did was just copy this default one to a different one. I copied it to Mao, so I keep the original default one and have my own custom one. And then in here, you're going to have two configs, or two files. One is config.h, and one's keymap.c. Or you should have these two. If not, then something's wrong. Go to config real quick. And the only two lines in here that you should need to worry about are these two. What this is basically when you plug in your Dactyl Maniform. If you're plugging it into the right side of your Dactyl Maniform, you want master right. If not, if you're plugging it to your left, you want your master left. Fun fact: you can have two keymaps on your Dactyl Maniform. On my right one, I use a Comac DH as my keyboard layout, but for gaming that sucks. So on my right one, because I only have my left one, I have QWERTY, because I only have the right one plugged in for gaming. So that works pretty well. So just make sure you have this configured right. If you have your right side plugged in with USB, you want master right. If it's left side, you want master left. Those are the config files. Next is your keymap.c. You want to go in there, and you have a whole bunch of configs. By default, I don't have this set up correctly. So basically, this is your keymap layout. I have a whole bunch of weird stuff. When you first open it up, it should look something more like this. Or it should just be a plain QWERTY layout. And then you go into each key, change whichever one you want it to be. So if I want this to be like, I don't know, M or something, I would just go ahead and change that for an M key. But I don't want to do that right now. And there's a whole bunch of configuration stuff. Yeah. One tip, I'd recommend having the this QK_boot key. That puts your your elite Cs into flash mode, I think it's called. So you don't have to open up your Dactyl Maniform and hit a reset button every time. It's very nice. Then you just set that. Then after you're done with that, just go back into your base QMK directory, and then you'll just type QMK. What is it? So you'll type this command, or oops, sorry, hold on. I'll type this command. So you want QMK flash dash KB. And then you want to put it to, if you have a 5x6, then you want to type this exactly. This will, so handwire Dactyl Maniform 5x6, because that's where I have my keymap at. And then you'll just do space dash KM, and then, of how, if I copied the default into my own, like, custom thing, you'll want to give it the name of that. If you use a different name, you want to do that, so default will work here. Gaming is another one I have custom made. And then you'll just hit enter. It will take a second to compile, and then it wants you to put your keyboard into boot mode. So just do that. You can hit the little reset button on the bottom of your elite Cs, and it's flashed. Oh yeah, quick tip: if your thing's not working, do a QMK setup. And it tells you a whole bunch of things for if it's correct or not. On Arch Linux, I had the issue, my, was it AVR-GCC version was it needs to be an older version. So I just used a program called Downgrade to downgrade it to an older version. Yeah, it was saying it had a whole bunch of compilation errors, and that fixed it. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully this helped. See you guys later.